자, 안녕하세요 여러분. 저는 19살 사라입니다. 반갑습니다. 안녕하세요. 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 자, 제가 2010년부터 2010년부터 지금까지 제가 한국어를 공부하고 있었는데 사실 처음에는 제가 그냥 혼자로 배우고 뭐 안녕이나 감사합니다 같은 단어를 배웠는데 제가 그 3년 전에 그 한국어를 더 잘하기 싶어서 선생님이랑 한국어를 공부하기 시작했어요. 자, 오늘은 제가 특별한 영상을 찍고 있습니다. 제가 한국어를 공부하는 방법을 알려줄게요, 오늘. 근데 여러분들이 영어를 더 잘 아는 것 같아서 제가 이제 영어를 사용할게요. 스위치. So for tip number 1, and this is the most important tip, you have to surround yourself with Korean. If you try to learn by only studying the grammar and vocabulary, it's gonna be really difficult to achieve fluency and a good pronunciation, so try to do a lot of listening. I think the easiest way is by watching Korean TV shows. For example, the one you're seeing right now is a TV show called Busted, which you can find on Netflix. But I also recommend variety shows such as The Knowing Brothers, which is also on Netflix, or Running Man. If you can, just try to turn the subtitles off from time to time, or at least watch the entire series so that you can understand what's going on and then rewatch it without subtitles. You'll pick up the words you understand and relate grammar structures to how they are actually used in real life. You can also watch K-dramas, which are really popular nowadays. I don't really watch them because I get really addicted and sadly I don't have time for that, but the last one I watched was Itaewon Class, which was really good, and also another one called Abyss, which was recommended to me by my Korean teacher. She said it's really easy, so you can try to watch it without subtitles. If you have a favorite K-pop artist or favorite K-pop idol, you can also watch their TV appearances or interviews or variety shows. In fact, it's better than dramas because they'll probably use colloquial and everyday language that everyone uses, so you can also pick up the intonation and pronunciation of phrases. The first app that you're gonna see is an app called Quizlet. Now, this app helps you create study sets, and you can study from these sets because it has different activities that help you study. For example, this one is just kind of like a quiz, so you have the different words and you have to guess how are they called in Korean. You also have an option of writing them down. And now you have a match, which is kind of like a game where you match the English word with the Korean word. You also have flashcards, which are basically to study, so you just kind of click and you see the word in Korean. You can also listen to it, the pronunciation, and you can favorite your favorite words. So this is another example of the memory game. However, this one has more words, so it's more difficult, obviously. And here's the different words that you basically write down, and you write down the Korean word and the app shows you the translation, or you can also write down your own translation. Also, you can organize your sets into folders. As you can see here, I have my Korean verbs folder and then Korean words and vocabulary folder. You can add your sets to the different folders so you have everything organized. And you can also, and this is a really cool feature, you can look for different sets that other people have created and you can study them. The next app you're gonna see is the Naver dictionary. This is a really cool app. You have a lot of things in here. So you basically write down a word, in this case, 나누다, which means to divide or like split something. You have here the different meanings of the same word. You can also find a lot of different examples, and you can actually choose the level of difficulty of those examples. So for example, right now, level 1, you have more easier examples rather than level 2 or level 3. And you also have BeLive fan subs. During a GOT7 live, they used 나누다, so you have here the word and you can actually go to the video and see how they say it and in what context do they say it. The next app is the Papago translator app, which is basically a translator, but it's a really simple and useful translator. So you basically write down the English sentence that you want to translate. And right now you see it in Panmar, which is informal, but you can also turn on the honorific settings and you get the honorific translation. You can also copy the sentence and you can favorite your favorite sentences. There are other features such as saying the words with your own voice or maybe taking a picture of some notes that you want to translate. And last but not least, we have Hi Native. This is a really, really amazing app. It's kind of like a social app where you basically ask questions about the language that you're learning. So for example, here people basically ask questions and then native people answer them. So here I looked for torok and you get the Google translation, but then you get every single question about this specific word. So usually they ask what they mean and you get the response, but you can also ask for different examples and the native speaker gives you different examples. So right now I'm gonna show you the process that I basically follow when studying a topic or a word. So here you can see the actual lesson and that I highlight the things that I don't understand. So I basically have two notebooks. The smaller one is the one I take to class and I just use it to write down what my teacher says or what I pick up in class. But then when I get home, I rewrite everything, adding more examples and actually studying the lesson in the other notebook. So here's how I basically learn new words and how I try to remember them. I highlight every single word that I don't understand. And then I write it down into these little cards that I have. Then I use the app that I just showed you, the Papago app, to translate the words and know their meaning. And then I write down the English translation or the Spanish translation to these little flashcards next to the actual Korean word. Then I take these flashcards and the words and I put them into the Quizlet app so that I can create different sets and study them. And then when I studied all these different words with my Quizlet app, I take the more difficult words and put them in this notebook. I write the Korean word, I write the English translation, and then I write an example. So as I said before, I basically copy the lesson from my book and the little notebook that I use when I go to class, and I copy it into this big notebook. Again, I actually put more effort into these specific notes because I want to understand it better. So I write different examples, I write another Korean structure or grammar structure that are similar to the one that I'm studying. I think this is more of like me enjoying Korean, but I basically write down different examples of sentences that contain the grammar structure that I'm studying at the moment. I don't translate anything here because I just want to have the Korean sentences and I want to read them and understand them, and if I don't, then I go back to the lesson. And last but not least, this is something I really enjoy doing. Since I listen to a lot of Korean music and I like to sing, I basically look up the lyrics of my favorite songs, I write them down, and then I learn them in order to sing the different songs. I actually also translate the lyrics and pick up words or expressions I don't know. And also by listening to the original artist and then singing the lyrics, you focus on the pronunciation of the different words. Oh, my feet hurt. Oh. As you could probably tell from the whole video, I basically related things that I like doing with Korean. That way I can actually motivate myself to keep studying it, and even if I like it a lot, I can actually just practice it without having to actually study it as in like a language, grammar, just studying type of thing. That grammar was not okay, but so yeah, my advice is to really enjoy learning it. I think if you click this video is because you either like K-pop or K-dramas or something related to Korea. Therefore, I think you're just gonna have passion for it, which is the first thing you have to have so that you can actually learn it. So this was it for the whole video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope I helped you out somehow. And if you liked it, give it a like. If you didn't, I'm sorry. And if you liked any other videos of mine, or you liked this video a lot, then subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm gonna see you in the next video. This is the song that I've been learning lately. It's a song that was covered by Baekhyun, obviously, but it's from another artist actually. 한편에서 자주 그대 자리를 남겨둔 채로 아직 내 방 가득 자꾸 흘려버리는 나의 홀려